Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing great. My name is George, and this is a daily Sitrep. And because it is Monday, we will cover the high time frames. We will check together Bitcoin charts, ES, and a bit of DXY. We'll look for the most important levels. We will design a trading plan. We'll talk about just a bit about psychology because, as you can see, not much has changed from the last public stream. Obviously, we do have a very clear resistance right now, a very clear support. So we need to think about that. We need to talk what is the and hopefully to find the best way to handle this kind of situation. Like I said, Bitcoin is at a very important level, and that level being the resistance, that level will determine the, I would say, the next major move on the Bitcoin chart. That could be to the upside, or that could be to the downside. Okay, so with that being said, let's jump straight into the charts. Oh, I forgot, if you have questions, obviously you can post them in the YouTube chat, and depending on the time, I want to keep this nice and short. Only talk about the most important levels, high time frame levels. So after that, hopefully we can all get back to what we do, to trading, and maybe the price action will give us some very interesting levels to trade. But like I said, if you have questions, please post them in the chat. Okay, so let's start with this. Obviously, and I mean, if you're not aware of this level, right, the current resistance that we do have on the chart, definitely you have no business trading. This is our resistance. As you can see, the value area low of this high time frame range, which was support, lost, and currently it is our resistance. This resistance has been tested twice. First time here and second time last week. So the general rule about every SNR flip level is that the more it gets tested, the weaker it becomes, right? But in the same time, I would say the most important rule is that resistance is resistance until proven otherwise, and support is support until proven otherwise. So definitely we are at resistance here. Like I said, tap once, tap twice, and now we need to see what's going on. So definitely this is our resistance. If Bitcoin will manage to claim this resistance, that would open the possibility for more upside. But most important than claiming that this resistance, the give or take the 28,700 area. But most important than claiming is to flip it. If we will see a backtest, I want to see this level flipped to support. That would give me confirmation about more upside. So it's not important not only to claim it, right? So the price will move above this level, but also I would like to see some sort of backtest. That would give me confidence. So let's say the price would do from here, the price would do this, right? Fair enough, that is a bullish move. If we see some sort of backtest, if the backtest holds, then definitely the price could move higher. But instead of this, we see something like this. So let's say the price does this, and then we start to see this and this. So the price slowly starts to get acceptance below this level, then that would be bearish. So it is important for the price to move above this level, but also I would say the most important part is actually this level needs to be claimed and backtested, and I want to see the support holding. If that happens, definitely that is a bullish move. And the next important area, in my opinion, is this, the point of control. Obviously now this is a high time frame, and I wouldn't think about to the absolute dollar like 47,413 dollars. No, I would think about more as an area, and I would extend this area up to 50k, right? So if this level will be claimed, basically the 30k area, the next important high time frame area would be the 50k area, which is a very, very nice move. Obviously, now in between, we do have levels, but because it is Monday, and on Monday, I like to focus on the high time frame levels. Basically, this is the level that Bitcoin needs to claim. The value are low. If that happens, and especially if this level will be flipped to support, so we will see some sort of backtest, then the price will get acceptance back into this range. And the next important level within this range is actually the point of control of this range. I want to make sure that you can actually hear me. Sound is good. Good morning, everyone. Sound is good. Thank you for that confirmation. Thank you. Okay. So this is what we have. There is no need to overcomplicate this. I mean, we do have a level, high time frame level. It is acting as resistance. Resistance is resistance until proven otherwise, but if it would be claimed and backtested, flip to support, then I would say more upside is possible. Like I said, in between we do have levels, right? So I mean, it is possible, anything is possible. This is Bitcoin, and if there is something that I learned about Bitcoin, when Bitcoin moves, and anything is possible. But I would not expect Bitcoin to move in one candle or two candles up to this area, up to the point of control. So one would expect some, consolidation, maybe some retracement and so on. And the next important level, right? If the value area low here, the high time frame value area low will be claimed, is actually this high, 33,392. Again, think about it as an area. Don't think about it to the absolute dollar. So for me, a very, very bullish scenario would be if the price will do something like this. So let's say from here, price does this, and we go here, swing failure pattern. That would give the possibility of a really, really nice trade. Closing validation, you see a swing failure pattern, you trade a swing failure pattern, and then I would like to see this, the backtest. So let's say we extend the value area low here, and I would like to see a backtest. And if this backtest holds, then boom, that would be a very, very good scenario and very, very easy to trade. If we will get something like this or not, that would be totally different story, but that would be a very, very good price action, right? That would be a very good price action. And this is something that I would like to see on the chart, right? And remember this, because we will get back to this scenario. Like I said, I want to talk just a bit about the psychological level of this chart, but that would be a very, very, very nice move. That would give the possibility, the breakout, possible backtest on low time frame. But other than that, I would like to see this area. I would like to see the reaction, right? If we get a swing failure pattern or something like this, then we get a backtest of this area, support holds, then yes, yeah, that could be the bullish scenario that basically everyone is looking for. But we need to be patient. We need to get confirmation about this scenario, because at this point in time, they are only scenarios. No one knows what is going to happen. Also, in between here, so in between the value area high and this level, we do have the swing failure pattern level. We do have a couple of levels, and we do have a weekly here, untapped weekly level 29,873. We do have a daily level 32,342, and then we do have this level. Obviously, I talked about these levels last week, so we need to see if we get some sort of reaction here. So instead of all this, the price could potentially do something like this. So instead of going to this level, the price could potentially move to this one, some rejection, and after that we actually get the backtest of the value area, high time frame value area high. Depending on what's going on here, you see support holding, then maybe we move here, maybe a backtest, and maybe we move to this area. So it's good to be aware of this level, but definitely I would like to see if this is the bullish case, and this is a big if this is the bullish case, I would definitely like to see some sort of backtest of this area. That would give me more confidence, more confirmation about the bullish scenario and about more upside. Those are the levels. Let's be patient. Let's see what this week, this date, and this week will bring, and hopefully we will be able to trade this accordingly. Now, those are the levels to the upside. I started with the levels to the upside because for the moment everything looks okay for more upside. This is not a weak chart. We do not have weakness on this chart, so obviously the most likely scenario would be to the upside. However, as a trader, you need to be aware of the levels to the upside and to the levels to the downside. Remember, you never know what's going to happen. And if we talk about more local level, definitely this is the resistance. So there is not much to add to that. However, we can see here that the price is kind of forming a range for the last almost 2 weeks now. And we do have a support here. And this is a very, very good support. So let's enable this, the high time frame value are low, and also let's enable the local SNR flip level. And I guess it was last week if I was talking about this. So the best, we do have a range, and until we get more confirmation about more upside or more downside, right, we do have a range here. And within this range, the best trades are given by the bottom and by the top of the range. So last week, the price took the low swing failure pattern, backtest of this local SNR flip level, and up we go. Same story here. The price took the high, swing failure pattern, then during the weekend, backtest of this level, and currently we're just consolidating here. And remember one thing, this range is a very, very good range. I mean, we talk about more than 8% range. So there are a lot of scalps, day trades to take in between if you want to get involved. If not, just wait for the best trades available on the chart. Obviously, swing failure pattern, easy invalidation, and a lot of space for more upside if we talk about the swing failure pattern of this low, or more downside if we talk about the swing failure pattern of the high. Now, obviously, in between, you need to book some profits, move your stop loss at entry, and at that point in time, this is a free ride. Also, because we do have a range here, we can use a fixed range like this. Let's hide this and let's hide this. A fixed range where we can see the value area high, point of control, value area low, right? And the way I like to trade the ranges, after the swing failure pattern, obviously you want to see the price get an acceptance back into the value area of this range. If that happens, that opens the possibility for more upside, point of control, value area high, top of the range. Same story here. If the price after the swing failure pattern of the high managed to get acceptance back into the value area of this range, opens the possibility for point of control and the value area low, right? So another piece of information we can add to our technical analysis. So for the moment, like I said, we do have a range, and the best trading idea, in my opinion, is to trade this range until this range breaks. Range breaks to the upside, claiming this high time frame level, obviously that is bullish, and it opens the possibility for more upside. Once again, especially if we see a back test, if we see this level, which currently is acting as resistance, will be flipped to support, then more upside is possible. And I shared my levels that I'm looking for a possible reaction to the upside. Now, to the downside, obviously we do have levels. And if this range will break to the downside, breaking the local support, then we do have this level, 29,222. And remember, this level was printed here, while the price, while the price was still within this high time frame range, was printed here, and since then it was our resistance, then after that range, boom, bullish breakout. You can see the first time That's why I said about this kind of levels, you want to see them flipped to support. You want to see a backtest, because this one, boom, wick to the upside, rejection, consolidation, then the breakout. We need to get as much confirmation as possible when we are trading. Like I said, if this range will break, and this is, once again, this is an interesting range, very well respected levels, top, bottom, and more than 8% range. But if this range will break, definitely this level, the 25k area, that would be the next level that I'm looking for a possible reaction. And the bulls needs to hold this level, because if this level will break, then it opens the possibility actually for the 20k area once again. It opens the possibility for the 20k area, where obviously we do have levels. So let's say we do have this. So we do have the value area high of the high time frame range, and we have the point of control of this local range here. So definitely we do have levels, but the bulls need to defend obviously this range. Breaking this range to the downside, that would be the first sign of weakness in a very, very long term, obviously locally speaking. Then we move to this level, and then the levels that we do have to the downside. But definitely breaking this range, that would be to the downside, that would be a sign of weakness. Currently we don't have a sign of weakness, like I said, and that's why I would say that more upside is possible, right? So those are the high time frame levels that I'm looking for a possible reaction to the upside and to the downside. Set an alert here, or obviously to the top. Check the reaction there and decide if there is a trade for you or not. Those are the levels that I'm looking for a possible reaction. Now, in terms of horizontal levels, now if we enable the horizontal levels, okay, we do have this daily tapped. Okay, so I'm keeping it for the moment. As you can see, still giving a decent result, but that would be more for scalps within this range or additional confluence. So this daily, I'm interested in this daily. We do have an untapped daily here, 27,115, right? So, and other than that, we do have untapped daily level 24,366, some liquidity, and then we do have this daily level 20,195, right? So daily, and another daily levels to be taken into consideration. Now, if we move to weekly time frame like this, then we can see that we technically we do have a weekly level here. Let me see if I can make this bigger so you can see we do have a weekly level here, but for the moment it is tapped. We keep it there, but other than that, we do have weekly level here, 22,167, and obviously the levels below, but we're not interested in the 16k area for the moment. And because we've started a new month, definitely we can see that we do have a monthly level here, and that would be 23,134. So definitely we do have levels, very strong monthly level, very bullish candle. And now we need to see what's going on. Definitely we had bullish candle, consolidation, so indecision, you can see, followed by another bullish monthly candle. Definitely those are things to be taken into consideration. Now, if we move to lower time frame, because we are currently here within this this range, basically we can see that, and I was posting this in the this was Friday, right? And I was posting in Discord that one of the levels, obviously we had a couple of levels. We had the weekly was below, then we had the daily, and the next important level was the high time frame value area high, value area low, sorry. Then we've seen some retracement, right? And this section of the chart is very, very interesting, and I'll show you why. Now we need to move to ExoCharts. ExoCharts is an order flow software that I like to use when I'm trading, when I'm looking for a possible reaction. And why I'm saying this was an interesting section of the chart because of the correlation, and also because what happened here. And let's start with the correlation, right? There's a couple of things that we need to take into consideration, like I said. This section of the chart, and now let's move to ES, right? Everyone is aware about the correlation between Bitcoin and ES. And as you can see, first of all, we do have a gap, right? We do have a gap, and guess what? We also have a gap on the Bitcoin chart. This is the CME chart. ES, well, not quite filled, but moved to the upside, right? Moved to the upside to close this gap, but not before ES spent some time below VWAP here, right? ES spent some time below VWAP, then Bitcoin spent some time below VWAP too. And it is interesting, the order flow here, right? Because we can see that within this range, there are quite a bit of shorts opening. Like for example, in this candle, we do have increases in open interest, negative delta. Okay, fair enough. Shorting here, I'm not sure if it's the best idea, but it is an idea nevertheless. Followed by these candles. Again, increases in open interest, 6.7 million, 2.2 million, and 1 million negative delta. So new shorts opening here, and also creating some bullish, small, but they are there, small bullish CVD divergences, right? Great. What else? Basically, we still have shorts opening here, right? 1.7 million, 1.1 million negative delta, right? Creating even more bearish, bullish CVD divergences, right? Even here, the price, no, shorting. So this section of the chart gave the possibility of some trapped traders there, trapped shorts. We do have some absorption, followed by this push to the upside. Push to the upside, as you can see, basically same story on the ES chart. We will get to ES in just a couple of seconds, but just to show you a very, very nice case of correlation between the two charts. So remember, CME gap, the price spent some time below VWAP, then the price is trying to close this gap. Let's see what's going on. And as you can see, VWAP was resistance, 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 flipped. You see, back test, another back test, and for the moment it is holding. So Bitcoin obviously pushing to the downside, and now basically Bitcoin filled this gap. Now we need to see what's going on here, but again, this is for scalpers, this is for day traders, right? But definitely this is not a place where you long. This is a place where you book profits, and depending on the reaction, you look for a short. We are at the previous day high. Like I said, definitely this is not an area where you look for a long. This is good take profit, and depending on the reaction here, one could look for a short or no trade. Always check what ES is doing, right? Because I would imagine if this one starts to break VWAP and then we move to this support area, this support breaks, then yeah, that opens once again the possibility for more downside. We are at a very, very interesting level on the ES chart too. Also, like I said, we are very, very close to the value area high here, this daily level. Let's see what the point of control will do, but if this point of control will be lost, then we do have this weekly, we do have VWAP, so push to the upside, push to the downside, fill that CME gap, and maybe, who knows, we need to remain patient, we need to see what's going on, but definitely you see this kind of correlation between the charts, this kind of reaction and the order flow could potentially give you more ideas or more confirmation about what could potentially be the next move on the chart. In terms of naked points of control, let's hide the horizontal levels. Oh, look, also we do have a daily naked point of control here. So that will be 28,410. Obviously for that, we need to use this template. You can see this one tapped here. Okay, fair enough. We do have, and also we do have a couple of other information on the chart. If we use, for example, this template, we can see a selling tail here, a single print. This is an interesting level. This single print, it is an interesting level because it could act as support, but also could be filled. Also a buying tail here. So you see, you get the information from the chart, you get the correlation with ES, and then you move to Exo charts, or maybe you want to use some other order flow software to get more confirmation about the price action in real time. So you can check the volume, you can check the open interest, delta, imbalances, CVD, the number, divergences, buying tails, selling tails. So there are lots of information that you can actually use, and all this information could potentially help you to get a better, more informed decision when you are trading, right? So I would pay attention to this single print here. Depending on what's going on, this could open the possibility for more downside. However, for the moment, it is support. So always check this kind of information. And most important, we had this daily naked point of control, which now is tapped. Did the job, some reaction here. Let's measure this. Okay, it's around 0.5, 0.6%, for a scalp. If you are in front of the charts and if you want to trade this kind of, this kind of moves, this kind of confluences could potentially give you the edge when you're trading. And remember, when you have an area with confluences like this, I mean, point of control, value area, high, daily naked point of control, daily level, when you see something like this, and if you are in a long, first of all, use an area to book profit and best case scenario, and only after that, and depending on the reaction, you can look for a short. Definitely you'd not be looking for a long in this area. Like I said, other than that, and now let's put back the horizontal levels on the chart. We do have a range, right? So I would say still this range is the main trading idea. Within this range, have value area high, point of control. This volume profile is actually very, very interesting because we can see we have a lot of volume here, lots of volume here, some high volume nodes in this area. So you could actually see throughout the day, depending on the volume deployed at each level, you can see the point of control moving. So we can see if, let's say, the price will move once again in this area, maybe the point of control will move lower. That's normal because this is still a developing range. So apart from that, you do have top, bottom of the range, and some interesting daily, weekly, so some interesting horizontal levels. Everything can be used for scalping, day trading. Now you can pull some, also you can pull some fibs like this. So just above we do have the golden pocket, right? Also we can pull some more local fibs, right? So that would be something like this, right? So this one, 7.1, very good level to trade together with the golden pocket. There are a lot of things that you can use when you are scalping on the chart. Other than that, there's not much I can add for the moment to the on the Bitcoin chart. Like I said, we do have this range. This is not bearish price action because this can be seen as consolidation. Please allow me to clean this just a bit, and let's keep only the most important levels on the chart, something like this. This can be seen as consolidation below high time frame resistance, and that by definition is bullish. This level breaks, right? Then obviously the next important high time frame level would be this one, 32,394. And to the downside, the bulls needs to defend obviously first this range, but other than that, the 25k area. Now, this is the TA. The TA should be always simple. You want to keep it simple with very clear levels, support, resistance. You know where to sell, you know where to buy. Now let's talk just a bit about the psychological side of this situation. Now, I've been watching in the last couple of days, last week, some YouTube, some Twitter, and I've seen most of the traders are bullish, and I 100% I agree with that, because to be totally honest, we do not have weakness, at least for the moment. However, we are at resistance, and if you don't have a trading plan, right, and if you're thinking about buying up here, spot, especially I'm talking about buying spot Bitcoin, now you have to think about it like this. For me, doesn't really matter if I trade the derivatives or if I trade or if I buy spot Bitcoin. I still treat that as a trade. For a trade, you need a trading plan. The trading plan contains at least three parts: the entry, the stop loss, invalidation, and the take profit. Right. Each of these parts should be backed by technical reason. Right, you need a technical reason for your entry, a technical reason for your invalidation, your stop loss, and obviously a technical reason for your take profit. Now, and I agree with all trading plans, as long as you have a trading plan. So if someone comes to me and tells me like, look, and obviously this is not financial advice by any means. Anything that I say in this cannot be considered as financial advice, but let's keep a couple of things into consideration here, right? So we are here. So everyone is bullish, and again, with a good reason, right? And let's say you are a beginner, or I don't know, you don't have a lot of experience, and you see all this pressure, like Bitcoin is going to 50K, Bitcoin is going to 100K, to 1 million. I've seen 10 millions prediction. Fair enough, that could be, but you still need a trading plan. So if you're thinking like, hey, everyone is bullish, so let's buy, you need to remember that you're actually buying into a resistance, and resistance is resistance until proven otherwise. Yes, everything looks bullish, everything is pointing to more upside, but still you're buying into resistance. So if you have a trading plan, right, let's say I'm buying right now, right, so I don't care about this, I trust Bitcoin, I know the price will go higher, and I'm targeting this, I'm targeting the 50K area. Fair enough, I would say it's good, but you also need to show me where your stop loss is, right? If you tell me like, look, my stop loss is here, below this lows, I can agree with that. I can agree in terms of you have a trading plan. Or maybe you say my stop loss is somewhere in this area, or in this area, or I don't know, doesn't really matter. But at least you do have a trading plan. Then we can talk, depending on the results, we can talk if that was a good trading plan or not a good trading plan, but that is totally different story. But at least you do have a trading plan. And you know that if you buy right now, and again, I'm not saying by any means, I'm not saying you should buy right now, but let's say you've decided for any reason you want to buy right now, you need to show me a invalidation, a stop loss. Doesn't really matter what that is, but below that, if the price starts to get acceptance below, let's say this is your, I don't know, this is your stop loss. If the price slowly starts to get acceptance below this resistance, you should be able, you should have the power to cut that trade. And again, really doesn't matter if you think if you're trading the derivatives or if you're buying Bitcoin spot. That should be a trade too. You buy spot here, and if the price, again, I'm not giving any kind of advice, but if the price, let's say your invalidation is here, I don't know, if the price moves below this level, you should cut your trade. If your trading plan is to buy here and just hold and hope that the price will move higher, that's not the way you need to trade, right? Each trade, remember, contains an entry point, invalidation, take profit. And that's the way you should handle any kind of trade, including buying spot, right? So think about this. If you're thinking about Bitcoin, think about what is your invalidation for this trade. Because, another scenario that could happen, we could see, I don't know, something like this. And then we start to see Bitcoin losing level and pushing to the downside. How much more to the downside? That I don't know, but just to be aware of this. And if you don't have a trading plan and if you don't have an invalidation, you buy 28K area, and then what if the price goes to 20K? What if the price goes to 15K? What if? So what I'm trying to say with this is that doesn't matter what kind of trading you are thinking about, including spot, so buying Bitcoin, you still need a trading plan and you still need an invalidation for that trade. If your invalidation was hit, cut the trade for a loss. Hopefully you are aware of the risk management. You calculate the position size, you calculate the risk before you open the trade, not after, before you open the trade, and you're okay with that loss. Again, we can talk about, because the other thing that could actually happen is like, okay, I buy here and my stop loss is here, and I'm hoping for higher, and after that the price will do something like this. Let's say you buy, the price will do this, take your stop loss, and then only after that you see the real bounce. Well, that is a case that we need to talk if the place where you put your stop loss was the best one or not the most fortunate place. But that's totally different story. But at least you do have a trading plan. And if the price move against you, you will be able to take that loss. That is very, very, very important in trading. And long term, it is a lesson that hopefully you will not have to learn it the hard way, but losing quite a bit of money, like it was my case. Okay, and there is the other thing. Okay, let's say you're planning to buy here, hoping that the price outlet will move at least to here, right? So I'm buying here. This is my take profit, and okay, fair enough. This is my stop loss, right? But don't you think that would be, let's say, wiser if you actually wait to get more confirmation, wait for something like this to happen? Maybe the price will move here towards the 30K area. Maybe we'll get a back test. Maybe we'll see this support holding, right? And after that, we'll see this move. So instead of buying right now, where we are right now, don't you think maybe, just an idea, would be wiser to actually wait for this move and wait to get the actual information about the support holding flipped to support and then buy? At that point in time, obviously you can lower your stop loss, because if you buy up here and you start to see the price doing something like this instead of support holding, then you start to see flipping that SNR flip level to resistance, price goes here, then you have a closer invalidation, and obviously your target. So just an idea about how do you like to handle this trade, right? If you're thinking about, and I talk about more about buying Bitcoin spot here, right? So in my opinion, would be wiser to actually to wait for the information, wait for the price action to see the actual price action, wait to see for that level flipped, and then you can actually make your move. At that point in time, you have a very, very well defined stop loss, have your targets, and happy days. Hopefully the price will move higher. Now, just a couple of ideas about, let's say, an alternative way to handle this kind of situation. Hopefully this will give you just another point of view, especially if you are a beginner or you don't have so much experience with trading, with everything, and you see a lot of news, a lot of FOMO, the price will go to whatever. Yeah. You need to keep that in check. You need to get back to the levels, get back to the basic, you know, and don't forget about trading plan, risk management, and all those good and quote unquote boring stuff. Yes, they are boring. Yes, everyone wants to, you know, price to move to 50K to 100K, myself included. So have no problem with Bitcoin pushing to the upside, but trading plan is a trading plan, and you should always think about your trading plan and your invalidation. Cool. That would be the psychological part. Usually I do this within the group, but like I said, I've seen so much news, so much FOMO, so much things going on that, yeah, maybe just another point of view about how to handle this kind of situation. Okay, that's it. Let's move to ES. ES. Like I said, currently, yeah, this is, again, this is not a, let's move to daily time frame. This is definitely not what happened last week. This is not, I would say this is not a bearish chart, right? So if this continues to push, my best case, the Bitcoin, you know, the chances for Bitcoin to move higher are slowly increasing. But let's do a couple of things. Let's move to monthly time frame, right? Monthly time frame, and we can see a couple of things going on here, even without talking about levels and so on. We can see that technically this area is a very, very interesting area. Obviously, we do have a couple of monthly levels here, right? But you can see this area where we are right now, it was, after this push, was support, 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 lost, back tested, and you can see the candle closes. So you can see that we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monthly candle closes, give or take, at this level. Then the price was not able to close the candle at this level. Then we move to wicks, wick to the upside, wick to the upside, and now another month that the price is closing around this level, right? What is that telling me? This is a very, very important level on the chart. And I was about to say Bitcoin, and ES is here. So claiming this level, right, they'll be bullish, right? Because as you can see on the chart, so claiming this level, they'll be bullish, but in the same time, this is resistance, right? Resistance is resistance until proven otherwise. So we need to pay attention to what's going on here. Also, this level is a high volume node. We can see the point of control somewhere in this area, right? But also this is a high volume node. It was the point of control here after this rejection, but obviously, again, this is a developing area, and depending on the volume deployed at each level, the point of control and also value are high, value are low. They could change at any point in time. But like I said, this is an important level. If the price manage to claim this level, then we do have some liquidity in this area. But other than that, we go to the area that, you know, the next important area on the chart, which is actually the value area high of this range. Not only the value are high, but we do have liquidity here. And if I remember correctly, if we pull the fibs, something like this from high to low, this is also the golden pocket. So high time frame, right? This is resistance. But if this resistance will be claimed, obviously in between we do have a couple of levels, and we will talk about those levels too. But high time frame, we don't have too much. We have this one, right? Followed by, so value are high, liquidity. If this level will be claimed, then we do have monthly, and all-time high. Yeah, so there is not too much. Obviously, this is a huge move. I mean, we talk about from here to the all-time high, that's 16%. That's for this chart, that's huge. So let's see how the price will react to this level. To the downside, we do have the point of control, right? And then we start to see liquidity, 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 and some more liquidity, and obviously another monthly level here. Value are low. So we need to see what's going on there. Actually, let's enable the horizontal levels. Okay. So you can see monthly, monthly, monthly. We do have a monthly here. Obviously, we do have a monthly here. And now we need to see what's going on. Let's move to daily. Daily. So we do have an untapped daily here. We still have this daily tapped, but I will keep it there on the chart, right? And we do have this monthly. So if we start to reject here, then I will look towards this monthly, right? And then we start to see daily and weekly and another daily. Obviously, I'm not gonna go like really in depth because this is high time frame levels, and but yeah, if this starts to break, then we have this daily 41.59 liquidity. There's not too much. Have another weekly here and this high, value area high, and so on. So this should be interesting. This should be interesting. Let's see how this day will develop. Let's see how NY open will be, and let's pay attention to that. My best guess is that Bitcoin will follow whatever this chart is doing. Definitely, I mean, you can see last week we have 1, 2, 3 good bullish candle up to this resistance area, but now we need to see. And the one thing that I was showing you earlier, this gap, and it was funny how Bitcoin and ES moved once again to this gap is not filled, right, on this chart, but let's see how this day will develop. Definitely, if the price will get acceptance below VWAP, then we can go for this lows. If the price will manage to close the gap, maybe we'll move to here. If once again swing failure pattern, yes, no, or another push to the upside. Yeah, it would be an interesting week, to be totally honest. Okay, very quick on the DXY chart, and let's go to basically last week we had this this gap here, and that was our resistance, right? Finally DXY managed to fill that gap, move just a bit higher, and now once again is falling, right? Filled this gap too. Okay, and okay, let's move to daily. So technically we do have this weekly tap to the absolute dollar, so this weekly should be still support, some liquidity, and other than that we move to this low, right, and to the upside, right, we still have this daily here, untapped, still untapped daily, but once again I'll be more interested about this area here. I'll be more interested in this area. Now if we pull this to here, and if I enable this template, okay, 0.5%, okay, this area, obviously we need to see what's going on. I'm not going to spend too much time here. One thing that I forgot to see, if I let's move back to the monthly, and it's good that I remembered that, because also I wanted to show you this one from here to here, and again if we enable this, we are straight on the equilibrium. You can see 0.5 from high to low, right? So that's why I said this is a very important area. So let's keep an eye on this one. Let's see what's going on there, but this is an important area, and also Bitcoin is at an important area here. So yeah, definitely we need to see what's going on here. Like I said, high time frame levels, lower time frame levels, we do have a range, so definitely there are levels to trade here. Okay, I guess that would be the TA that I have for you this week. Let's see if we have some questions. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, so no questions. Okay, then I hope uh, everyone is aware of the levels. Yeah, and let's see what this week will bring. Like I said, we have a technical reason for a possible rejection here. More upside, more downside, that we need to see. Well, if you like the content, obviously you can find us on Twitter, you can find us on Discord. We have the links to Discord, Twitter. Obviously, our website is up and running, succeedrepeated.com. Also, if you're trading Bitcoin or crypto in general, Bybit is our main exchange. We have a link where if you use this link to open an account, you get some bonuses, you get some 20% off your trading fees, which are, especially if you're a scalper, that is kind of important. Also, depending on how much Bitcoin you're depositing, you can get up to 30K in bonuses. So definitely, if you want to support the project, if you want to learn more about what we do at Safehouse. Also, we do have a new coach. We do have a couple of things. The educational modules are up and running. They should be. I'm not sure, but maybe this week or the next one, we should start to release the educational modules. From what I understand, there'll be some public modules. There'll be obviously some more advanced for the premium members in Discord. Also, we have some discounts if you are interested in purchasing a subscription. No, and basically we are here to help. I'll answer that in Discord. If you posted the question in Discord, definitely I'll answer that in Discord. Okay, I guess that'll be all for today. Obviously, I'll be around in Discord for the rest of the day if you are in the premium channels. If you are in the free channel, I will see you next week. Those are the levels. Let's see how the price will react. One thing I forgot to check, if we actually have some news. News. Okay, 5th of April. Okay, so we do have some news. Let's see how the price will react to that. It's always a good idea to pay attention to the news. But as long as you have a trading plan, even with the news will bring some volatility, but even with the news, the technical levels will be very, very well respected. Cool. So for the premium members, obviously I'll catch you in Discord. For the free members, I'll catch you next Monday for the next Sitrep. Until then, thank you for everything. Cheers and bye bye.